Now, one of the most exciting things that we're going to be doing today in this room, which I cannot wait to show you, is that we bought the most extraordinary mirror. We found it at the Chateau of Chambord, the actual magnificent, wonderful royal chateau here in the Loire Valley, and we spotted this glorious mirror. It's huge. It's something like 2.5 meters, 3 meters. I don't know. It's massive. It's taller than Simon. It's so heavy. And unfortunately, we weren't able to show you us buying it because we were actually being filmed by British television at the time that we were buying it. But we're going to show it to you today, hopefully get it hung. Let's head upstairs and get started. So here we are, finally getting back to work on this room. Now you guys may remember ages ago, Simon started the faux paneling in this room. We got everything taped off, ready for painting, and then everything completely stalled. Now you may be wondering why that happened. Part of it's my fault. I was still trying to decide what to do in here, what to do on the walls, wallpaper, paneling, hand painting, all of that sort of thing. And then around that time, we were invited to be on the Chateau DIY British television show, and they asked us to please hold off on this project until they could come film it. Well, we had lots of other things going on, and as you guys know, between our other jobs, based in Paris, based down here, going all around, and also really trying to prioritize friends and family, the time just absolutely flew by. And one thing we've really tried to do, which I think you guys have all recognized and appreciated, is we haven't tried to make our lives just 100% working in the chateau. We had 18 years of that in our last chateau. It was 24/7, waking up at the crack of dawn, renovating until nighttime, doing everything we could, to keep the heating going, to keep the lights on, to keep everything running and beautiful and not falling down. We've done that. We downsized a little bit, and one of the reasons that we did that was, of course, to have a work-life balance. But that's not to say that we don't love renovating and we're not very excited about this project. And we finally, I think, have some direction about where we're going. And this room, as a reminder again, this one is going to go back to the lovely feminine pastel colors. It's going to be exuberantly princessy. We went masculine and neutrals and all that with the Empire room. Now it's back to just letting it fly and being very fun and decorative, and elements of Regency, elements of the 18th century, a little Louis XV, a little Louis XVI. And we're just gonna take it from there. We're gonna see where this room goes. I think it's going to lead us by the hand, and before we know it, it's just going to be an absolute triumph. Now, one thing you might notice is that right there is a panel missing. You might remember from when we did this ages ago, there was a big panel in the center, and you can see that there's a panel at the bottom that was meant to echo it. Why is it missing? Why has it been pulled off? Well, when we were at the Chateau of Chambord, the Grande Brocante at the Chateau of Chambord, we found the world's most beautiful mirror. We spotted it from across gazillions of people, and we knew that it was the perfect thing for this room. It's going to completely transform this room. We cannot wait to show it to you, and it's really, really something. And speak of the devil.
Hello.
But first we're going to have to do a little filling and repainting. you get those brackets up?
I did.
Well done, you.
A lot of drilling.
I saw that.
Now let's put the screws in.
Fantastic.
And put the brackets on the wall.
And then hang the mirror.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
Woohoo.
He's the best bracket hanger in the whole of the Chateau verse. And now for a little break from all of the other activities going on around here at the Chateau. And oh my gosh, it's been so much. We have a very special treat for you today. It is the return of Cheese of the Week. Yes. You guys keep writing and asking over and over again, messages, emails. And if you watched our channel from the beginning, you know that for the very first 20 or 30 videos, which we started 4.5 years ago, most of the early videos featured a little segment called Cheese of the Week, because we live in the greatest country in the world, I think, for cheese. We love cheese, and also it is, of course, a great excuse to go out exploring to find out about the history of some of these incredible creations, and then, of course, to eat them. So this week we have a very special cheese that we found yesterday at our local supermarket. It's called Osso Irati. So many beautiful things to choose from here. Ooh, pecorino with truffle. Saint nectar. Oh, merci, madame. Oh, c'est bon ça. It's your turn to pick a cheese.
It's got a great name.
So this is our cheese of the week. That's it over there.
And it's from the Basque country.
Ooh. Look at that. Ouais.
Oui, ça c'est bon.
Ouais.
Ça c'est bon.
Oui, c'est bon. Simon adores sheep's cheese, so this was a perfect choice. Here's a little bit about the history. Osso Irati is one of the oldest and most traditional cheeses in France, with deep roots in the pastoral life of the Pyrenees Mountains, which is in the southwest of France. And believe it or not, this cheese goes back thousands of years. Sheep farming has been central to the Basque country of southwestern France for millennia. Archaeological evidence suggests that sheep's milk cheeses were produced in the Pyrenees as early as 3,000 years ago. And in Roman times, writers like Pliny the Elder mentioned the quality of these Pyrenean cheeses, which were already prized across the entire Roman Empire. This unusual name, Osso Irati, refers to the Osso Valley in the Béarn region in the Western Pyrenees, and Irati refers to the Irati forest in the Basque country. The name captures the cross-cultural heritage of the cheese, linking the Basque and the Béarnese traditions. It's made exclusively from sheep's milk. It's historically from hardy local breeds that you may never have heard of, such as Manec Tête Noire, Manec Tête Rousse, and Vasco Béarnese. Traditionally, shepherds made the cheese in mountain huts, which were called caolars, while their flocks grazed on the beautiful summer pastures, just like they still do today. The cheese is pressed and uncooked with a natural rind, and all of these practices are largely unchanged over the centuries, even millennia. And as a result, in 1980, Osso Irati received the appellation d'origine contrôlée, AOC, recognizing and protecting its name and guaranteeing its authenticity, just like the finest wines and champagnes of France. And it's often enjoyed with a traditional black cherry jam, which is a Basque pairing tradition, and it's still made by both small-scale shepherds and a couple of larger dairies, but the PDO regulations preserve the heritage methods. So now Simon and one of his friends of longest standing, you guys have told me that I'm not allowed to say oldest friends anymore because nobody wants to be called old. Okay, time to call these guys in for... Ready for some cheese?
Yeah. What have you got for us?
I'm going to introduce your friend.
This is Alistair.
Hello.
Our school friend. who...
You didn't say old school.
I know.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say. Of longest standing.
School friend I've had a long time who looks very young.
Yes, he does.
His age.
Well, it's because you both cycle all the time. You're both very, very fit.
I am young for your age.
Which one of you looks older? I wonder which one of you is older.
You can vote on that later. I don't want to see the results.
Okay, so I've got a question. How old were the two of you when you met?
11.
11.
11.
Years old. I had just... In fact,
You might.
I think I had just turned 11.
Yeah.
I had just turned 11, and I think you turned 11.
I was born in October, so I was coming 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So now we know who's older. You just gave it away.
Yeah.
Now, which one of the two of you was the naughtiest at the age of 11?
It's hard to quantify that because I don't know what your measurement would be. What's your baseline?
I can tell you which one got into more trouble.
Which one of you?
Lots of trouble.
Oh, which one of you was
Got
it?
into lots of trouble.
I definitely got into a fair bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't Simon. I would have guessed you.
Yeah. Well, I was regularly.
He had his time.
I was regularly.
Were you
regularly
regularly?
getting caned for something or other.
Oh, that was back in the caning days.
Yeah. I think Alistair got away with it a lot more.
Okay, so Alistair was the shrewder of the two. You got caught more
He's definitely
often.
the cleverer one. Yeah, by miles.
Okay, well, who's ready to eat some cheese?
Let's try it. What have we
We are
got?
always ready for cheese.
So this is the Osso Irati that we bought yesterday at the supermarket.
Okay. So this is made in the southern border of France, next to
Exactly.
Spain. So
Yeah.
the area around the Basque frontier, and it's like a Spanish cheese. It looks very much like one. So let's try some of it. And you're meant to eat this with cherry jam.
Well, that is the traditional way it can be paired, or just on its own,
Okay.
with bread or without. It's up to the two of you.
That's good.
So, Alistair, do you like sheep's cheese?
I do. I love any cheese.
Excellent.
I don't often have sheep's cheese. It's a rarity for me.
Simon loves sheep's cheese,
I'll
but
try
he
it.
doesn't like goat's cheese.
Oh, really? And you can
And
tell
I
the difference.
love goat's
Oh, you can
cheese.
smell the difference. It's really smelly.
This is very good.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? No.
Better than your average cheddar from Tesco's supermarket.
Oh, hey, there's not a lot that beats a good cheddar,
A
though.
good cheddar. I said average.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
With the cheddar, with the cherry.
With the cherry, I think it's really good. I haven't had this before, but you can tell it's a little bit like a manchego.
It's a little crumbly, but not too dry.
Would you say it's more like an aperitif cheese or something you'd want to cook with?
I wouldn't cook with it.
No.
I would definitely have it for aperitif. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't eat it
Or dessert?
after necessarily. But
Okay.
That's just about personal taste. I think a lot of people could.
I would eat it any time, but I wouldn't cook with it.
Do you have a good cheese shop near you?
We do actually in Sheffield, yeah, around Hunter's Bar. Very good cheese shop.
So I wonder if they carry this.
Could check and report back.
Cheese is a wonderful thing, and I really appreciate good quality cheese. So because of eating it like that, I don't, I want it to be really good.
I do like cheese with a bit of red wine.
Would you like a little red wine now?
We didn't offer you that.
Maybe a little bit too close to
It's not even
breakfast.
exactly. It's not even lunchtime yet.
This is really good though. I highly recommend this for anybody.
Okay, my turn. Oh, I love this. It's a little bit crystallized, and I love that in cheeses, especially old cheeses, 3,000-year-old cheese. Well, and if anybody can get this where they live, if they're not in France, and if you enjoy it, make sure to let us know in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
And don't forget to let us know which one looks younger.
Oh, that's true. Which one of these two very handsome chaps looks younger? On that note, I'm going to get back to work.
Okay.
Enjoy.
We've been really busy lately keeping up with family, work, DIY, and lately at the end of the day, Simon and I just want to completely collapse on the sofa for a while in front of the TV and watch some of our favorite shows, preferably in English, especially if we've been speaking French all day. That's why we're delighted that Surfshark is this episode's sponsor. Having a good VPN like Surfshark is important for lots of reasons. A VPN or virtual private network is great because it safely encrypts all your online activity and also your location, if that's what you want, protecting you from snoopers, trackers, and also allowing you to connect to your favorite television stations even when abroad. Why do we love Surfshark? At the end of a long day speaking French, getting to watch our favorite British and American TV shows is easy by being able to access shows in other regions of the world, even if they're not available here in France. And when we're traveling and using public Wi-Fi, having online security is vital. With Surfshark, the whole household can be connected with unlimited devices, unlimited, with just one account. There is a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 customer service, and Surfshark offers over 3,200 different servers in over 100 locations. A different server for every need. Surfshark is not just a VPN, but also offers antivirus, alert, search, and alternate ID products. Go to surfshark.com/Chateau Love or use code Chateau Love at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. Now back to our adventures. So in the midst of all of this Chateau activity, here I am back in Paris working. I just had a meeting with one of my collaborators. We work on some design projects together, and that was really lovely. And I've also got a job that it's the first time I've ever had to do this. So my wonderful client in New York, Angela, she's a collector of cameos, and she bought the beautiful Joan of Arc cameo. Now, just as I was packaging it up, I realized that actually there was a problem with the clasp. It was starting to come a little bit loose. And so here I am in Paris, and I've been going everywhere to find the perfect place to do the repair of this piece. Now, repairing pieces of jewelry that are 100, 200 years old, that are fine gold, fine cameos, is very complicated. I went to several places, including some very fancy places, and they all sent me to the same location here in the 15th arrondissement. So I've taken the cameo in to the specialist. So here it is right here. It's called the Maison de Bijoux Française. It's in a very unassuming part of town. And the man who owns this store and works here, he does all of the work himself. He is really quite the expert, and he knows exactly what he's doing. We're in very good hands with him. And today I'm going to be collecting it and then getting it to its final destination, which I'm very happy to do. Okay, so this is a bit frustrating. For the third time, the jeweler's not quite ready yet. He really wants to make it perfect, and I keep making trips here. And also, of course, the price keeps going up and up and up because he has to add more gold and add more gold and add more gold to basically repair the damage that was done before and to make it perfect. So I'm barely going to be, actually, I'm not even sure if I'm going to break even on this cameo, but I really, really, really love Angela in New York. I really want to take care of everybody who orders from my website. Also, another thing that I came up to do is to get the tests and the results of a test that I had right here on my neck. Some of you have very kindly written to me to point out that there's a little bulge here around the area of my thyroid, and I am very, very, very pleased to let you all know that actually, yes, it is a little inflamed. Yes, I do have a little cyst there, but it's nothing cancerous, nothing to worry about. And I really, really, really appreciate all of your kind words and concern. Everything is great. I am in excellent health. So now let's go collect this cameo and hope that everything is good with it. C'est bien fixé. Voilà. Yep, it's perfect. C'est parfait maintenant. It is perfect now. I'm so impressed. Look, this is absolutely perfect. And best of all, it's really strong. Well, I honestly couldn't be any happier. I think it was worth schlepping out here to the edge of Paris, not once but 4 times, to make sure that that got done correctly. That guy is incredible. A lot of people would not touch this cameo. I feel so much better about this now. Back here in Paris because there's still a lot to do. I am meeting up with my client from Florence, the one with the palazzo. We have quite a bit of ground to cover as the works are going on back in Florence, but also I do try to ship packages from Paris whenever possible because I think that they just get to the recipients a little bit faster than when I ship them from the countryside. So here I am on the Rue de Bac, which is one of my favorite streets. We used to live on this street actually. It's also well known for all of its beautiful little boutiques and things. Now while here in Paris, I'm also visiting some of my favorite antique stores because of course I have to replenish the stock for the Chateau website, and I've already spotted a couple of things that definitely need to be shipped out to one of you somewhere in the world.
C'est joli, hein.
Oui.
Ah, vous voulez... Ah ouais, c'est très joli.
C'est magnifique.
Ça fait beaucoup penser à Chanel, je pense. Ma
Oui,
femme a dit,
exact. C'est comme Chanel.
Donc,
Il est adorable.
Ouais, c'est charmant. Oui, ben c'est typiquement les bijoux français des années 1950, 1960.
Oui,
vous voyez
voilà.
Mais c'est en parfait état. Je vous mets ça là.
This is good work. Well, as you can see, I've been in a very vintage mood lately. You saw me buy this adorable little vintage 1950s enamel dog and the fabulous heavily gold-plated brooch, which is actually from the 1920s or 1930s, and honestly could have come straight off of an original Chanel catwalk. But for a complete change of scene from our usual European pieces, here's an incredible 1950s Navajo turquoise and sterling silver necklace that somehow traveled all the way to Paris, believe it or not. And we also have this incredible Aurora Borealis sparkling crystal necklace and earring set and a deluxe and delightful hematite and gilt cufflinks and tie clip set with their original box. How cool is that? And here we also have one of our most Art Nouveau necklaces to date. Enamel dragonflies and flowers rest atop a massive flowing background of gilt brass with this beautiful and very long gilt chain that can be shortened with a necklace clip that I'll include. And I think it looks like it belongs on an Alphonse Mucha diva, and it's truly one of a kind. And then here for a more delicate fine jewelry option, we also have this exquisite 15 karat and seed pearl snowflake pendant that can also be worn as a brooch just in time for the cooler weather if you're on this side of the globe. Each snowflake is unique in the world, just like you. Now, for something really fun, have you ever fallen in love with a photo? Now, I tend to remove the photos from antique lockets, but this World War I British soldier inside this dainty Victorian sterling silver aesthetic movement era hand-etched locket, he certainly took my breath away. And this wonderful piece obviously tells the story of a great love. And come on, how ridiculously handsome is he? Now, let me ask you this. Will you replace him with a love of your own, or perhaps keep him close to your heart? Now, back to the Chateau, back to renovating. I think we can bring the mirror in and show it to you. I hope that you're as excited about seeing it as I am about seeing it in place.
So what we're going to do is move this mirror up onto the wall. Okay. So you can see I fitted 2 brackets, and there are 2 corresponding brackets on the back of this mirror. So Graham, you and I are going to go onto the ladders, and then when we're at the right height, comfortable height, we're going to reach down, pick up the mirror on either side and bring it up. Yeah. And the 2 ladies are going to go underneath and support it as it comes up. Okay, and also perhaps try and support the ladder. One of you can perhaps.
So maybe if I swoop in, Brenda, and I go in to hold up the mirror, and then you come right behind me and you can just grab the ladders. Is that work?
Okay, we'll try that.
Well, we don't want to get confused while you guys are up the ladder holding the mirror. Okay.
Okay, good.
We want it to be
Let's try that.
smooth.
Exactly, and quick.
It will be quick.
But how heavy is the mirror? Is it
Pretty heavy.
It's pretty heavy.
Not very heavy. The frame is all wood, but it's the mirror as well as the glass is heavy. Yeah.
Oh, that's heavy. We walked it in and out of here now 3 times.
So we're going to come to about this height here.
Are you guys lifting now?
I might go one more run.
Okay.
Down my knee under there. I'm quite straight here.
Okay.
Try to reach down below. Stretch down as far as you can. And we're going to have to lift. Yeah. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Swap your hands as you go up. So just one hand, that's it. Just move it up carefully like that. Got it? Yeah. Keep it up. Keep it up. That's good. Nearly there. One more. Lift up on the hands. Okay, I'm good. How about you? I'm on.
It's been a huge dilemma what to do with these walls inside the panels. Were we going to do hand painting? Were we going to do wallpaper? Or were we going to do fabric? Now, what do you think we decided? I can tell you it's 2 out of 3. Now also, if you want to see the rest of our renovations that we're going to be doing in here, and if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Clicking that little bell and getting those notifications, of course, really helps our channel, helps me to continue vlogging, and helps me to be able to afford to do these renovations. I appreciate it so much. Every like, every comment, every subscription means the world to us. Thank you guys so much.
Words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose. Magic spell you cast. This is la vie en rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. Life